Hello everyone, Stas is here, back with some more Baldur's Gate 3. So in a previous stream I've started to clear the goblin camp out of goblins. We have saved Halsin, the druid that we have been looking for quite a while, almost since the start of the game. And yeah, that's it, we are gonna continue our crusade against the goblins, the heathens. I've had some pretty good fights on the previous stream. Here we are, one of the dead goblins in here. We have also spoke to a dead mind flayer who used a scroll speak with the dead, but he didn't tell much. He was speaking in riddles, as they usually do. Fools. Actually, maybe I want to take a long rest. This one has no slots. Gale has some. Showheart doesn't have too many. Let's finish exploring this place and maybe take a long rest. Probably need it. Oh, there's a door. Should take a closer look. Yeah, we have killed, I think, 2 out of 3 officers in this place. So 1 left. Yeah, I think 1 priestess got left. And there's also a bunch of goblins, like, outside of this camp. There's also just 1 ogre, giant one. We'll get in trouble. I have a horn that summons ogres to my side. Didn't use it yet. Shadowheart doesn't feel too good. Just too much crap to carry. Let's send some to camp and sell it later.
Looks empty.
Potatoes. Courgette. Whatever it is, but it's a good camp supply. Pretty damn good. Garlic, could give it to Asterion for fun. Is this a door? No, I guess it's not. So there could be a secret behind this throne. No. Some goblin symbols, or maybe not even goblin. I bet someone else lived in here before goblins have occupied this place. They have so many camp supplies. I hope they will allow us to heal by eating camp supplies, like in Darkest Dungeon. Like you can spend camp supplies while camping, or while exploring the dungeons, just for quick HP. Unlocked. I guess we had a key. Oh, treasure crates. That's a good amount of gold. Helmet of Greed. Light armor. Oh, that's for Asterion. When the wearer has 50% hit points or less, they have an additional bonus action. So Asterion will be able to use an offhand extra time. Guess it's not bad. Spring step boots. Switch strides. When the wearer dashes or takes a similar action during combat, they gain momentum for 3 turns? Don't we have those boots already? I think we do. Amulet of Selûne's Chosen. Selûne's Dream. What the hell is it? Oh, healing. An ally you touch regains hit points, but possibly falls asleep. Interesting. So this thing can be good and can be bad at the same time, like depending on your luck. Good, okay. We didn't get... Is a cloak? Yeah, we didn't get one cloak in this game yet. Probably they're not added yet. And no belts, I think. It's a belt, right? Yeah, no belts in the early access. Wonder why. Are they just that rare? Or they're just not in the game at all? Alright, could try to get a rest. I like how we can just make a camp inside of a goblin camp. Cool looking campsite, by the way. Yeah, really like it. Any items hidden in here? Oh, a door. Traveler's chest. Yeah, we've been finding some little items during camping. We have found a helmet once. Not a great one, but still a free helmet. Pretty good. This part of the temple looks so much cleaner than the part where goblins live. I wonder if our characters cleaned it or it just was untouched by some accident. Who's this guy? Don't have any info on him in here, fortunately. No idea who he is. I guess no one of the characters have anything to say anymore. They told us everything already that we are able to hear in early access. And it's not much actually. Like, in early access, character development is not great for our companions. Let's try to talk to Will.
Forget it. We push forward, find a cure. We're a team after all, even if it seems you forgot.
What? You need to level with me, Will. What business did you have with the goblins? Doesn't like how we deal with goblins? It was his idea to kill the officers.
You're right. It's time you knew the truth. We're not the only ones the Mind Flayers snatched up. They took an old flame of mine too. Miss Zora. Goblin called Spike dragged her from her squid pod, roughed her up good. Not the first time the bug has given me trouble either. We've got a history. I know you want answers. Just give me some time. When I'm ready, I'll tell you what you want to know.
So yeah, I guess I didn't talk too much to Will. He's the one who didn't tell us much about him yet. Let's just check everyone else. Sold stuff.
What's on your mind?
You.
Shah's blessings upon you.
Need something?
Yeah, just rest. Nothing else to see. And no dreams anymore, I guess. Yeah, looks like it. Let's go and slaughter some more goblins. Do you want to kill these guys? Wait, I don't see anyone anymore. Could hear everyone.
Praise his ever-bleeding axe. Praise his throne of flaming iron. Praise Maglubiet.
You know Maglubiet, a tyrannical deity who treats his goblinoid followers as slaves.
Trying to interrupt my prayers? Scared of a real god? You're as goonless as the rest of them.
Pray to whoever you want, it's a free world.
Oh, that's rich. A free world? And how come I'm locked up like a bloody elf? I'll tell you why. 'Cause I'm loyal to Maglubiet. 'Cause I ain't having my head turned by some upstart god.
The Absolute? The other goblins seem to love her.
They like feasting, fighting, and fornicating. Who doesn't? Absolute gives them that. Gotta know your place in the world, though. Maglubiet's kept us in line. That's what a god's supposed to do. I just love a good finger fry.
They want to get out from here, or?
You think this is funny? I'll be the one laughing when things turn ugly. Safer in here and out there. Oh, bullshit.
Traps.
Oops. Oh damn, look at this damage we got. To reload? I think I should, that's dumb. And characters rolled the perception after I've clicked on the door already. I've been standing close to it for a while. Why didn't they do it earlier? It's a horrible way to go. Poor goblin. Maybe he could actually join us here. Like enemy of my enemies, my friend, I guess.
Let's see what the day brings.
Styrian. Everyone should be fine. Let's try to free him again. Once I have spiders down here, I don't really understand how to get up. I get down. There's a way, but check right now.
Praises.
You know
Trying to interrupt my prayers? Scared of a real god? 'Cause I'm loyal to Maglubiet. 'Cause I ain't having my head turned by some upstart god that gotta know you.
Alright, let's look.
I just love it.
Yeah, no one rolls perception. Oh, we can disarm it. Okay, let's try. 15 damage. 31 easy. But we could open it with the key, but whatever. Seriously?
Good thing I ain't asked ya. Ha! Look at where the Absolutes love gotten. Dead! Thanks for breaking me out. Gonna find me a new tribe. One that appreciates the old ways.
That's it, no reward, no help. Oh well.
I see him. I'll slice off his fingers and fry him for supper.
Bunch of goblin trash weapons. What are you doing here, guys? Can I even talk to them? Don't think so, they're enemies. They're completely blind. This one's pissing. One is down. Nowhere to run, little boy. Oh, he summoned someone. A work. Really? Thanks, Gale. Oh, stare him, damn it. He's not engaged yet. He's still hiding. Easy. What were they doing here? Just lacking of work. I think they were guarding this guy before, but something changed. A disarm toolkit. That's handy considering we have to disarm stuff in here. How the hell are you encumbered? Alright, let's check this spider's place. Smaller giant spider. Okay. Can't reach.
The
Look at this
spider
damage.
seems poised to attack, but she hesitates, tapping her claws as if trying to communicate. The other spider echoes her.
Should have used the animal speaking. Clap your hands together and mimicking her movements. Animal friendship. Each must have an intelligence of 3 or less. Now let's try it. 16, easy.
The spider relaxes slightly, but you feel her hunger and fear beneath the surface.
Usher her toward the door.
She looks to the closed door, drooling.
Daisy, get up. Alright, can I loot this guy? They hate me for it. Oh, he's empty anyway. Oh, we can open this door. Let's see what else do we have here. And did I find something? Just a dagger. What was that roll? I guess there's only one way out through the
One day
gate.
I'll catch a break.
What was that roll for? Do we have some message? Saving throw against web. Oh, step into a web. Apparently. Right, let's try it. Ah, crap. I've screwed something up. Oh, they did. They screwed up. Let's load. I want to try something. Not save. Load. I needed to unchain the other characters and probably send them to sneaking. They will act from above, and I will attack with the spiders, I guess. I think if we open the door, spiders will attack the goblins. I wanna see it. The mighty battle with the spider on our side, while we are sneaking behind the goblins.
There's no time to waste.
Stealth.
This really isn't my forte.
True Soul gut. We'll gut him first. Supposedly. Alright. It's the lever. Here it is, let's go. Oh, maybe I should show her the door now. No? Did I scare them away? Alright, anyway. Let's make it out from here. I think she's gonna get caught. I don't know, she's fine. Sneak up.
These boots have seen everything.
Up. Alright. Sterion, get in. Alright. Doing good for now. Here's a big guy. Should I start slamming him? I think I should. Please, damn it. He's almost dead. Alright, what about our guys? Join the fight, please. Oh, already. Damn. Okay. How did they see them? Like, no one's here. Two guys that were up are dead. Everyone else is down. Or maybe... No, there's some archers. We could kill Grebo before that, but whatever. They're still good. Grieber gets the vantage point, but what? Man, I feel bad for her. I feel bad. Sorry, Grieber. Kinda want to finish this guy. We jump to him. Okay. Sleeping? Seriously? And he healed. Damn it. Sleeping for 3 turns, it's a lot, and he heals. Okay. Maybe we should just damage some goblins. Like this one. One shot. Good job, Shadowheart. She's usually not so good at this, but... Alright. Should we use dash? Probably will have to. Oh, we can use Misty Step instead. Let's charge. 49? Seriously? 25, let's try to kill this one. Damage these guys as much as possible. And he's dead, okay. Another officer, goblin officer is down. Well, this one is napping. Okay, good. No bites. Can I? We should be okay after the jump. Yeah, it's fine. Hit him. Okay. Alright. Wasn't too bad.
The priestess is slain, and the horde is weaker for it.
Daisy, wake up.
I wonder what the next move is.
No one stopped me yet.
Oh man. Absolute Talisman. The Absolute's Mercy. When the wearer has less than 25 of their hit points left and deals damage, they gain 1d8 hit points. Oh. This amulet talisman looks like the ones everyone was wearing were at the start of the game. The people who were abducted by mind flayers wore those things. I guess Absolute was a thing even before start of the game. The big one. Because everyone had them. Absolute's warboard. The ward of the Absolute. The Absolute shields are faithful and curses the enemies. What does this even mean? Branded targets receive a +2 bonus to armor class, and believers get a -1d4 penalty to attack rolls and saving throws. Okay, so we're not supposed to use it, apparently. But just in case, keep it with us. That Slobberchop's druid who was nosing around ain't just some tomb robbing adventure type. Calls himself Halcyon, ugly name for an ugly bastard. Wait, I thought goblins couldn't talk to Halcyon, they didn't even know who he is because he was in a bear form. Anyway, I had a little word or two with him before the lashers put his hairy ass in the pants. Said he thinks there's something rotten inside us, inside me. Reckons he can help get rid of the rot. I told him we don't need any help from nobody, never did, and especially not now. The absolute stake in a shine to us. I says there will be something rotten inside him soon enough. There's a lot of rancid meat down in the pens, and when we cut him open, I'll make sure he stays alive long enough for the maggots to make a nest of him. Good that we have saved Halsin, I guess. What else do we have here? Gold. Fresh equipment.
These boots have seen everything.
I like how easily we have dealt with these guys. Sleep magic was a bit... Everyone's encumbered with all my gear. I refuse to leave anywhere. Oh, gold has weight actually. Didn't know that. It weighs a lot. Food as well. Kinda heavy. Oh, spiders are here now. Why didn't they come out earlier?
I want to have a word.
It's okay with me right now. Guess they acknowledge that we have saved them, let them go. I think let's go and kill this Sadomaso guy. I think he would enjoy that. Yeah, we have explored everything here. Can get out in the yard and try to kill more goblins. Oh, actually there was some wall we could break outside. We should investigate this as well. First, let's talk to this Sadomaso guy again. He's not here anymore. Interesting. Where the hell did he go?
More for me.
So he just left. Okay, okay. Not even sure if it's a good or bad thing. And I think we're also gonna have some goblins somewhere here. Try to use stealth. Yeah, we have some goblins in here. Try to hit them in the back. Do you have any strong ones? Just weaklings. Try to sneak up and one-shot one of them. Almost worked out. Nice job, damn it. I love Paladin.
Time for a little death.
Oh, Steron is still unnoticed. Damn it, not anymore.
There is work to do. Prepare to die. Just hurry this along.
Right, he's dead. Good. Let's see, one more hit. Nope. I screwed up so much. Try to do it like that. Oh, we're not done yet. Those are the last ones, but no.
What should I do?
Climb.
Strike hard, strike fast.
Shut.
Swords meet sorcery. Certainly.
Damn it. Alright, stay here, I guess. Critical miss, good. This guy hit.
Blood comes easy these days.
Nope. Nope. Okay, screw it. They will manage. These two are capable.
Let's play.
Wait. Beating him to death.
Ready.
Let's have a look.
Alright. That's good, I guess.
Well, hello.
On my way.
Time to pack it in for the day, I think.
What do you mean we rested like 5 minutes ago? In the short one though. So these guys. I like how our shield icon have changed when we became an Oathbreaker. It's like a broken shield. Nice little detail. Alright, heading out. It'll be a hard battle outside. So we have an ogre and a bunch of smaller goblins. Let's go. Hell yeah. Here we go. And he's behind us, damn it. Look at this crap. Oh. Damn. Kill. Wait a second. Gale. Destroy them all. Damn it. Just nuke them. And just in case, go here. Come on, Steran. Gonna manage. Should've done this first though. Is he going to go to Gale? Yeah, of course. Damn it, I didn't think about it. Let's finish this guy. Hell yeah. Who's next? You guys who are next are pretty damn far.
These boots have seen everything.
No. Okay. Where should I shoot? This deposing guy is intimidating. Damn it, that's not good. Probably we need some healing. Damn it. Not cool, should have hard. Yeah, look at them go. So Gale, probably should do this. Good. Pretty damn good. Try this again.
On my honor.
Man, seriously? Why couldn't you do it from above? Man, I start to like Gale. Looks sick.
Do it.
I'll just stab him. Nice hit. Oh, it landed after all. Okay.
Let's end this.
Any more enemies? I think it's the last one. Man, it was so quick. Wait, what? No, we have more. Don't we? Oh, those guys are also engaged. Oh, we have this guy. Forgot about him. This guy's knocked out apparently. Didn't actually see it happen before. Oh no, I did. Actually I did. Anyway. You have to climb up for those guys. We do have through here, probably.
With ease. Let's turn someone inside out.
Will you come down?
Still breathing, despite everything.
Oh, hello, Sir Mace. How is it going? How is your Bannerlord playthroughs going on? Did you level up your medicine enough? Or not yet? Doesn't have any more of those nasty AoEs.
Well, so much for peace.
Damn it, Gale. Moment works a bit weird in this grease.
Very well.
My faith will protect me.
Kinda dislike that one guy left and he's so far. Can't really reach him easily.
This way. Rough tempest I will raise.
Come on, Gale. Move your butt. Holy crap, this damage. Could teleport with this guy, but I've started to move already. Guess I should continue. Oh, I have a dash, damn it.
Best be on my way.
Let's forget about it.
Me.
This big heal. And dash.
Onward.
Keep dashing. These guys are sleeping, but we'll have to kill them anyway. Getting from poison we should have. Okay, here we go. Dash as well.
Let's light them up.
You got momentum. Movement speeding. Climb up, you. Gale, damn it. Started to like you in this fight, but now you do some weird stuff.
Spill some blood.
I actually ran out of spell slots, maybe I should address it. No, I can't anymore.
Step quick.
And we're getting closer to him. Those guys again.
Got to press on.
Let's use something nasty on them. Oh. Oh. Boom. That wasn't good enough, but whatever. Looked cool.
On my way.
Can Gale cast something from here? Finish someone? No more guys. Let's go. I think those are the last goblins and their friends.
Yes, here.
What about shooting someone to death area? Oh no, he's a summoner. Poison again. So we're going in.
Time for some bloody work.
have to kill. I think this guy real bad. Was okay. Now Gil's turn, and he doesn't have too many good spells anymore.
On it.
It's an interesting move. 1 HP Gale. God damn it. Why? You're doing this to me. I didn't tell her to do this.
On my way.
Move, please. So he didn't summon this guy, damn it. But he was a summoner, and that if I'll kill him, work will disappear, but no. Work is still here, apparently. Not for too long, though. Can I finish him? Sure we can. I'm getting tired of this little guy. Get rid of him.
It shall be done.
Five. Can't hit.
Go for the throat. Hurry.
Damn it, 1 HP. Just in case.
Here we go again.
Alright.
What now?
We have one kind of prisoner, but not really. Wonder what we can do to him.
Breathe deep and move.
Can we talk? And I don't know. I've tried to like knock person down before without killing and couldn't really do much after it. Was just lying there, not dead. Why did they have 2 spears with them, those guys? Now what can we do with this wall now?
That wall's barely holding together.
Let's check the goblin first. And loot the giant guy. Yeah, let's go down again. See what the hell's going on.
Thoroughly unconscious. They are unlikely to awaken anytime soon.
Look for anything of value. Oof! Why the hell does she have so much gold on her? Damn. Oh, we can loot the chest of a store guy. So many guys to loot, actually. Now let's loot Ogre first.
Anything of use?
Flute. Let's take the flute. Broken loot. We'll leave this one goblin alive. I think I have one. Like, what's she's gonna do when she woke up? Nothing, of course. Let's loot the chest of this trader. Music box. Let's get it.
A bag of holding.
Let's take it with us. Stools. Metal shield. Looks kinda cool. Just go. Oh, someone's still alive. Oh, the kids are alive, I think. Oh, there was a brawler, yeah. Let's deal with the wolf first. I have some goblins in here as well. Like, anyway, did I finish the quest with killing goblins? Defeat all the goblins leaders, we should report to her. Oh, okay. Find the Githyanki Krish. Yeah, I guess let's report, but first let's take a look at the wall. A weak, broken looking wall. Lesser toughness. Can we just break it with weapons? We have silenced this wall. Good. Let's use a bomb. Who has a bomb? It's kind of funny. We can silence this thing. How is it called? Smoke powder bomb. Put it here. Did it? Yeah, we did it. We did it. I guess Shadowheart do the honor. Hell yeah, it worked.
I'll give up now.
Let's see where is it gonna lead. Oh, right here. Interesting. So it's right above the dead mind flayer. No, it's the first. It's where the priest was, where they brand people. Yeah, this is spider place. This is a dead mind flayer room. Cool, but I think we are unable to destroy this wall quietly because there are like drunk goblins sleeping around.
Time to press ahead.
Around here, around this area and here. And I think it would alert people down here. They're dead one, but anyway. Oh, actually we need to go back to Halsin. Why did they came out? So I guess we're done with the Goblin Camp and with all other content that Early Access has to offer. We just need to report to Halsin. And maybe we'll try to help tieflings leave this place, but I'm not sure if we have it in Early Access. I can't wait till the full game will come out. Kinda disappointed that I'm unable to bring my Paladin, my character, and her progress to the main game. What can you do? I think it's this way. Wrong though. Wait, did Halsin get out? Report to Halsin. Is he here though? Something tells me he got out. Has he get out as well? I think yeah, he wasn't in prison. Maybe he's in a grove. Probably he is. These characters find a way somehow to teleport from here to the grove or whatever, wherever they want to go. It's not the first time. We'll also try to finish all other goblins outside. With the slaughter. Poor gobos. Man, the fireballs. Like, Gale killed most of those damn goblins by using 2 level 3 spell fireballs. It was beautiful. Let's try to kill this guy as well.
Should mind my step.
Sneak up behind him with a Zweihander. I think kids have disappeared from here. There was a bunch of kids kicking this dead corpse.
Let's get this over with.
Could try to shove him, but I'm not sure if it's gonna work. Bye. Doesn't have anything good anyway.
My feet can carry me.
Oh, a chest, I didn't see it before.
Hello.
Sterion. Back to work.
Let's crack it open.
10. He's on. He has happy condition because he beat some goblin. Kinda cool detail. I wonder if it's a common thing in D&D for players to have to play a vampire.
Let's get going.
I don't think I've ever heard of it.
Looks
Though I'm not a
empty.
D&D guy.
Need to find a way forward.
Some kind of clues about all this stuff. Or we can teleport. Maybe we should. I fought enough goblins for today. It's the ones of growth, I think. Zevlor, Halsin, yeah, Halsin is in here. And the whole map is explored, I believe. Yeah, looks like it. How much time did I spend on early access first playthrough? Let's take a look. Game 37 hours. Probably have something else to do after this quest. Like tieflings want to leave this place. Maybe we'll help them with this, or maybe not. Zevlor is outside. He's sitting in his apartment.
A scout just reported. The goblins' leadership has been decimated. We might escape this place yet.
True.
And I hear you are the one to thank. I'm grateful. I took a collection from all of us. It isn't much, but you've earned it.
Sterion. You can keep your coin.
Very good of you. Thank you.
Have enough.
Halsin will likely want to thank you too, mind. He returned just a while ago. I believe he's catching up with Korga. As for us...
No armies at our heels. Amazing. We can finally leave, but perhaps we need not speak of farewells. We'll join your camp tonight to celebrate if you'll have us.
Ooh.
My people are ready to leave when you are.
Ooh. Not just yet.
Just give the word.
Okay.
Grab your bags. We're moving.
Fine, let's get to Halsin. All the tieflings are here, are gathering, I guess. Kinda cool little
Don't waste a
detail.
step.
Pairing their caravan.
Elturel didn't want us, and those druids sure as hell didn't either. But you risked your life for us.
Kids.
What's up for discussion?
I knew this would come right if we just stayed positive. Not that your blade didn't help too.
I'm glad you have acknowledged that.
Gods, it seems we might actually make it to the city now. Hope the neighbors are a bit more welcoming.
Yeah, I definitely like how they do this. Like, they don't. The tieflings don't just stand at their usual places. They move. They gather here.
Now we just need to get to Baldur's Gate.
They gather in one place. They gather their stuff. New boxes in here. Boxes.
Noble types won't want a tiefling cooking
And
for
so
them,
on.
but common folk.
A cart sound. We couldn't have held them back on our own. Thank you.
You run.
Chests, and I can open them.
For anything.
Seriously? Thanks, guys. They don't mind.
Glad to see some goblin blood spilled for a change. We're sick of running from those rats.
Necrotic Buster.
I nearly dispatched those goblins myself, but it seems you managed well enough. And why wield a masterwork where a butcher's blade will do? My thanks, truly.
It was you, right? Who took care of the goblins? I knew you're a good one.
Yes, to-do list. Wonder what does it say? This guy tell us something?
So it's true. You scattered the goblins.
True, yeah.
Peace can finally return to this corner of the Sword Coast. Thank you.
I'm just glad I could help.
As am I. And I'm sure those poor refugees would quite agree.
Why didn't I meet Wall at the camp when I was resting? Was it just blind as usually, or kinda want to meet him? Probably before doing this party. And what is this? That was just perception check. I think I've seen it before.
That's curious.
Some gold. To remember this would be cool to find it like the first time coming here. I think probably we can move this stone. Sure though. Sin, boy.
You took it upon yourself to undertake the Rite of Thorns. I ought to exile you from this place. Forever. Instead, I shall listen to the explanation that you owe me.
An error, most grave master. I beg your grace.
Grace is bestowed by nature, not me. You will stay as a novice anew. You have forgotten the ways of the druids, the natural order of things. It is up to you to prove the lessons have been learned once more.
So as you say. And so it is done, master.
She's so obedient now. And look at the colors. So good. That's all, she tried to imprison a child. Are you mad? Kage is a traitor. You'll have your hands full with her. She shows great spirit, to put it mildly.
She shows great insolence. But time will humble her. And the Grove still needs her. You will soon see why. But enough of that for now. I owe you my thanks. The Grove stands. Nature prevails. And again, I am in your debt. Speak to Wrath. He will reward you for your efforts.
What about my problem? I need to get to Moonrise Towers.
Soon. First, I must set matters to rights in the Grove. And you should celebrate your victory.
Okay.
After being dormant for so long, your infection is unlikely to produce new symptoms spontaneously. Tomorrow morning, we shall discuss what is to come.
I guess this is the very end of Rex's this celebration. We won't see anything else. No more delays. Tell me what you know about getting to Moonrise.
If you insist. Though hastening me won't make things any easier, I'm afraid. Traveling to Moonrise is no small task. Expect dangers like you've never seen before.
Man, I wish all games would look like it. Reminds me about Fable. Like when it needs to be bright and cheerful, it was bright and cheerful. When it needs to be dark and gloomy, it was dark and gloomy. It's like helps to set up a vibe for certain events, certain locations. But lately, like all of the games are just I mean, look at Diablo. Just dark brown and grey colors all over the place. And I know it's like it's a Diablo game, but still, most of the game are like it. Don't be so sure. I'm something of an expert when it comes to imperiling myself. Okay.
Not like this. There's more fingers on a hand than there are survivors of that place.
What's so dangerous about it?
To get to the towers, you'll need to pass through a terrible place. A cursed place. This curse shrouds everything in shadow. You will not find life, light, or anything natural there. Any who linger are twisted by the curse. They become shadow beings, tormented, dangerous souls.
Sounds like I have no choice. I need to find a way through.
You're half right. You have to get to Moonrise, but you still have a choice of how to get there. You could go overland, along the Risen Road or through the mountains. Easier at first, but you'll run into the Shadow Curse eventually. You could also go under. There is a tunnel somewhere in the ruined Temple of Selûne. It leads to Moonrise Towers through the Underdark. Long ago, a man called Ketheric Thorm built a secret stronghold deep down there, before rallying a whole army of Dark Justiciars, Shah worshippers.
Dark Justiciars. I must see for myself.
Aridin and his lot were looking for a way down there. They were promised riches if they retrieved a relic called the Night Song. But I think there's more. From this stronghold, Ketheric's forces could access both the Temple of Selûne and Moonrise Towers. But he was defeated before he could launch an attack. If you can find this place, I'll wager it will reveal a path to Moonrise Towers, bypassing the worst of the Shadow Curse.
I think we have heard about this Shadow Curse before. We need some kind of a lantern, special lantern to get through it. Found a hidden entrance in the Temple of Selûne. The way is clear. Really? Okay.
Already? If only I'd gone with you instead of Aridin.
I don't want to risk getting lost in the Underdark. I'll journey over land. I don't think so. No, I thought I would say this, but it sounds like the Underdark is the safer route.
Anything is preferable to risking the Shadow Curse. Once I've settled matters in the Grove, I would like to join your camp, if you'll allow me. I can offer my skills, my counsel. I've long sought to return to Moonrise Towers. Unfinished business. It seems our fates have aligned.
Is he gonna be a character in the full game or just a tempered ally? I had a fine passage through the Underdark.
You'll need to pick up where Aradin left off. Find the hidden entrance. It's somewhere in the Selûne Temple ruins, from what I've heard.
You want to come to Moonrise as well? Why?
Those illithid creatures threaten the natural order. It's my duty to do what I can to stop them. There's also the Shadow Curse. It's an affront and must be cleansed. I helped overthrow Ketheric Thorm and his Dark Justiciars years ago. But I failed to prevent him from unleashing darkness across the region before he was defeated. I spent years researching the curse, trying to put an end to it. Nothing has worked. Yet. If I can join you and get close to Moonrise, perhaps I can lift this curse. Same as you may find a cure for your infection.
Is that why you went with Aradin? You thought he might uncover this route to Moonrise?
Precisely. Then perhaps I could have done something. About both the Shadow Curse and Ceremorphosis aberrations. But in my eagerness, I put far too much faith in the abilities of Aradin and his band. We didn't even get close.
What about the Grove? You only just got back.
Don't worry. I'll see to whatever needs my attention here. It will be safe in my absence now.
It wasn't before that, but whatever. There's no time to waste then. Let's turn to other matters first. What happens next?
The journey to Moonrise Towers. And all the dangers that entails. But that's tomorrow's problem. Take some time for yourself tonight. Rest, celebrate. Come morning, I'll be by your side.
Let's try to choose this option. Oh, we can talk to Kaga and see what she has to say.
Sylvanas keep you.
She's friendly to us now. Now let's try to choose this option.
Your path will soon take you away from the Grove, I feel. Please ask. Though I can't guarantee you'll like the answers about that place. You'll need to pick up where Aradin left off. Find the hidden entrance. But in my eagerness, I put there's all I helped. I spent. If I can join you and get close to. Don't worry. I'll see to whatever needs
Oh well, whatever. Kinda wanna check the camp first. Because my quest journal tells to talk with Volo at the camp, with the bard we have saved from goblins, but I didn't see him last time there. I'm not sure I'm gonna be able to talk to him after I choose to celebrate. Just in case, I'll teleport to the camp first. Thanks for the money.
Right. All of our takings stashed away for the journey?
So good that teleport is close to my here. Alright. Excuse me. I guess next playthrough I'm gonna do is I'll try to play a moon druid, like the one who turns into different animals. But for now I'm kinda inclined to... I really liked Paladin. Probably gonna play Paladin. Oh, there's Volo. We also could talk to Will about the goblins.
All three leaders dead. A magnificent showing. The bards will carry your praises across Faerun, hell, across all of Toril. And I'll be leading the songs. We find someone to coax out our Wrigley visitors. I've had just about enough.
That's it?
Lae'zel says a Gith Kresh is the answer. It's time we check it out.
We can't. It's not available in early access wheel.
Yes, my friend? I was just settling in and reviewing my latest findings. Mind flayers, cultists, and, of course, your esteemed company.
You see some kind of a store for us? Yes, camp supplies, thief tools, animal speaking, some scrolls. Looks like a store, like magical items store. The Whispering Promise, Blessed Mercy. When the wearer heals a creature, it also receives plus 1d4 bonus to attack rolls and saving throws. That could be good for Shadow Hearts. Shadow Heart. Oh, she doesn't have a ring actually. Great. I have enough thieves tools, but yes, it's good to have a place to buy them. I've heard this spell is pretty good. Flaming Sphere. I've never used it yet. This one is great. Scroll of Misty Step, both for combat and exploration. Anyway, what do you know about mind flayers?
Well, I'm practically an expert. They've tentacles, you know. Quite shocking. The druid Halson had some kind of mind flare specimen in a jar in his quarters. A replica, no doubt, but truly fascinating to see up close.
I fought one of them, you know.
Here, on the Sword Coast. Impossible.
Not only have I encountered a mind flayer, I've killed one.
That can't be.
Kill a mind flayer in its lair. Abort a nautiloid.
You're either an excellent storyteller, or you've experienced something quite exceptional. Tell me, have you noticed any residual psionic malaise since the alleged encounter?
I haven't. The mind flayer infected me with a parasite, apparently.
That's quite impossible. You'd have undergone ceramorphosis by now.
Only your disbelief could alter facts.
If what you say were true, you'd be a mind flayer by now. You? Infected by a mind flayer? Ridiculous. Isn't it?
Examine me, find out for yourself. How's he gonna do it?
Perhaps that's for the best. I'd be irresponsible not to debunk such a strange claim.
I'm curious. Is he gonna use some X-ray magic?
If I just peer in your eye, I could quickly... Oh, my dear sweet gods!
I want to get rid of this thing by any means necessary.
If we managed it, we'd have a specimen of incredible rarity on our hands. I'll need to research the particulars, however. Give me a bit of time, and I'll have this little issue sorted.
Reward. Will has decided to remain in our camp. Having such a learned scholar nearby might be useful. Laser of Benevolence. Medial rhymes. When you inspire an ally using bardic inspiration, you gain 4 temporary hit points. So it's a bard outfit. Okay, we don't have a bard. Looks good though. Let's try it on our character. That's fine. It's decent. That's it for camp. How do I get out of here without sleeping though? No idea. Done this before. Probably through a bedroll. Take a long rest. Can I just get out? I guess not. If you teleport, you have to rest.
You're handsome.
Have a drink.
You're drunk. I'm fine.
Oh, make a dragon!
Oh, everyone's here already.
I'll pick her on.
No, an owlbear.
Oh, owlbear quest.
Toddlers are easier to please than you lot.
Did we free this little owlbear? Or did we kill him on accident? I don't know. Should visit the cave again.
You have no idea how good it feels to see these people smiling. The singing we could probably do without, but even so, thank you.
Staren has a dialogue.
I have seen the Kithraki tear a screaming Neogi's legs from its belly to fashion into blades. Yet they could not match your nerve today. It was enough to drive me to madness. A pity for us both you've turned your back on me so often.
What? Perhaps we could get to know each other another time.
Perhaps. Perhaps not. I will take pleasure when I wish, and from whom I wish. One day fortune may favor you.
Hope you're enjoying the night, hero. I certainly am. Cheers to many more like this.
Halsin's here as well.
No. Yes. Remember what happened last time?
I love you.
What happened to Astarion?
I never pictured myself as a hero. Never thought I'd be the one they'd toast for saving so many lives. And now that I'm here... I hate it. This is awful.
You did a good thing, suck it up and enjoy yourself.
Enjoy myself? There's a worm in my brain, hunters on my trail, and all I've got to drink is wine that tastes like vinegar.
Take his bottle and try the wine.
It's a heavy, rich red, dry and sharp.
See what I mean? Awful. All I want is a little fun. Is that so much to ask?
And what is your idea of a little fun?
By the hells. Sex, my dear. A night of passion. Not with you, just to be clear. I mean, can you imagine? Ugh, no. Anyway, don't let me keep you. I'm sure you have someone else to sniff around.
I thought vampires are not like interested in sex, let's put it like that.
This might be
Hi, I'm
the wine
back. Welcome
talking.
back.
I'm feeling inspired. Thinking of writing my next song about you. but I need an angle. Any ideas?
And in Bannerlord I now have a cav-only army again. Let me guess, Banner Knights? Or maybe you're trying something different. I'm kinda curious to see Kazuit. And now know how to couch a lance. Really? Yes, only Banner Knights. Okay, that's an expensive army to have. Have you seen this body? It would be a crime not to sing about it.
One raunchy ballad coming up.
Is that it?
What for? Your song was coming along. Then things began spinning. Worry not. I shall return to it at first light.
I find the AI is still too sloppy to be super good.
Thank you.
I've heard the problem with Banner Knights, it's not only the AI, it's their weak armor. Like, you don't want them to stay in a prolonged engagement, you want them to act as a shock cavalry. Like, hit with a charge right away, hit again right away. Like, cataphracts are much better at this. You can just send them, charge, and they will be pretty good at melee combat. They don't suck, but just get clumped up. Yeah, they don't have bad... Yes, they do have bad leg armor. I've actually heard that Kazuit ranged cavalry is pretty good in melee for some reason. I'm sure you're welcome.
There's that confidence I like. I thank you for seeking me out. Amidst all this merriment, I wasn't sure we'd have a chance to speak this evening. I wasn't sure we'd have a chance to make merry.
Long chest armor.
Just the two of us.
I think I've seen a picture of this new helmet, Centurion-like helmet, the golden one. It looks kind of weird. I don't know why people are so excited. Make marriages the two of us? What would that entail? Let's play Silly Girl.
Merely to share a glass of wine, I suppose. To toast to victory, and to offer you an invitation. I know there are many things about me that remain shrouded in mystery. You've been very patient with me. I appreciate that. You've given me powerful magic to consume when I needed it most. You know of my condition and its challenges. But those are but the broad strokes. The time has come to paint you the true picture.
It is like a Spartan helmet. I didn't get much of a Spartan vibe from it. It's more like an attempt to make a Roman helmet, but in a weird way. It's like Romans still have a license for this helmet and they didn't want to pay it, so they made a weird looking one, like people often do with firearms in first-person shooters. Yeah, I understand. That's how it looked to me. Like, they wanted to have M16 in their game, but they didn't want to pay a license, so M16 looks like, I don't know, like G3 and G36 had a baby or something like that. Something weird. I have to admit, I'm curious.
I can only hope my tale will live up to your expectations. Tonight, of course, we celebrate. I won't keep you any longer. Tomorrow night, though, you're in for quite the bedtime story.
Maul is here, this little shit. But medieval armor doesn't have license. Yeah, that's what I'm talking about.
You came through
Like, why would they do this? Why can't they just take an actual model of a helmet that we have many of those, like, found by archaeologists, and make a copy of this in the game, so it's free because nobody has made it theirs. Yeah, that's exactly what I'm talking about. There's so many pieces of armor have been found all over the years. They are in museums. They have, they already have like 3D models somewhere. Just copy it, damn it. Why does it have to look silly? It's just like in the movies when people make some stupid leather armor, giant leather bracers, weird-looking leather jerkins that don't protect you from anything. But Bannerlord don't use real armored weapons, so it must exist. True, true, of course they do. Wait, what did he say? You came through for us. That's a change from Marcel's. I know. Don't be so harsh on your elders, I guess.
I'm not. I'm glad they can celebrate before we've even got to the gate. Just like I'll be glad to be rid of them once we're there.
Shit. Can I use weapons in here? I can. Interesting. Reminds me about first Fallout game. Oh, Wallow.
Aha, there you are. Come now, settle in. I do hope you have partaken of something bracing. This may well take us all night.
Shouldn't we be celebrating?
But I am engaged in celebration of the purest form. Commemoration. If we are to write your legend in the stars, then we must first give you a name. That ballad was but a crude preview, a frame without its crowning jewel, your nom de guerre. Something iconic, but not too much of a mouthful. We don't want to exclude the common folk after all. I intend this tale to enrapture all.
Most times in anime I see the hero wearing this cape and leather armor and never use plate or mail, which in real life is crucial to surviving. I didn't know you were watching anime. I thought you were better than this. And they never wear a true helmet. Never wearing helmets or hats is like a, I don't know, it's a, not a cliche, but it's a tool to help viewers see the characters, I guess, better. Because if everyone will have helmets and hats, they will not recognize them. But why wouldn't you give key characters some certain, like, different looking ones? Helmets and hats, I never could understand it as well. Like in Game of Thrones, when people are go north from the wall, whereas they claim that it's very cold there, but no one wears hats. Like, why the hell? Why are you doing this? Why wouldn't you wear hats there? They get so much injured, why not wear a helmet? It's so dumb. Yeah, true. That's true. There was some World War II movie or a series where all the helmets were signed, and when the characters is showed in a close shot, you could like see who the hell it is. Because otherwise they're actually hard to recognize when people wear the uniform, the same uniform. And it's not like full plate knights don't look cool. Oh, they do look cool. But again, filmmakers just use it to make the characters stand out, and that's understandable on one side, but on the other, yeah, I kind of hate when characters don't have hats, or don't have hats when it's cold, or helmets when they're supposed to be like warriors and fight. And that's why in medieval times special people had special armor. Yeah, true. Like more feathers. Yeah, like those red feathers on Centurion's armor, Centurion's helmet. made so you can see where's your commander is. Or colors, true colors. It was so nice. Yeah, kinda. That's also like why the banners were so important back in the day, or aquils in Roman time. Because the banner or aquila was an instrument to command your squad. Like everyone sees aquila or banner, it's big, colorful. I actually missed the siege weapons on the battlefield. You mean in Bannerlord? I've played the mod, Warhammer 40 Fantasy Battles mod. You could actually get siege equipment on the battlefield in this one. Goblin's Bane has a nice rig to it. You have something in mind?
Far too much. This is the very problem. If you could set aside your many triumphs, carry out one defining act, not to belittle your achievements to date, of course, but besting a dragon, a giant, a god, perhaps? I must deliberate. Go. Enjoy your evening. I shall have work for you in the days to come.
Okay. I would find it that you cut the ballista and spikes. No, you just choose
Yes. Remember what happened last time?
equipment you want to place, and you place it. It just appears out of nowhere, like magic, unfortunately.
How was I supposed to know it was made of fire?
To be fair, like medieval siege equipment rarely was built in place. Like most of the time it was pre-built, because it's not actually easy to build something like a trebuchet. It's actually pretty damn hard. Or even catapult. Like there are people who try to build ones, like today, and it's pretty damn hard. Often they get destroyed after the first shot if they're not made correctly, and they're rarely made correctly. Find it bad that you can't have like 6 or 8 banners in your lines.
Private, too.
So? Oh.
Everyone seems to be in high spirits. Strange. You know who I never thought I'd find myself caring for?
Evelyn's me? You guess yourself. Is it me?
Your words, not mine. But not what I mean. I mean tieflings. Never gave them much thought. Certainly not that bunch in the grove. Yet we came through for them. We saved their lives. Odd.
Yeah, but they did have this small ballista on trilods or spears in the ground. Ah, well, the small ones, true. And trebuchets were most only used in sieges. Oh, you mean like a field siege equipment? But yeah, it's not easy to build catapult. I actually believe Romans really liked like field siege equipment. Like ballistas, I think they were not actually that much used in the medieval times, but in Roman Republic times, they were kind of used a lot. Maybe I'm wrong, I don't really remember. Yeah, it's pretty damn hard to build a catapult or trebuchet. Because you need a certain wood, certain quality, it needs to be like... some work must be done over this wood before it can be like built into something. And it's not endless. To break at some point. You'll have to fix it somehow without having good wood. Are you worried Shar won't approve?
Something like that. I was taught to reject anything that distracted from Shah. But there'll be time for penance later. Share a bottle with me?
Wow, you actually have some plate armor. Yeah, I had to kill a giant robot Optimus Prime for this, and for this armor as well. Like the armor on my character, on a Paladin, is a heavy armor. I guess you could say it plate. But what Shadowheart wears, it's like scale armor. It's considered to be medium in here. Plate, no lamellar. Yeah, I believe it's a plate. Though it kinda has on the skirt like lamellar lines. And this in here as well. Maybe it's actually lamellar. Like your skirt has that. Yeah, chest as well. It's just the chest has a big like piece of metal over the lamellar. Yeah. True, it's lamellar. I wasn't looking too close at it. I was just happy to have some heavy armor instead of a chainmail. Not even sure we can consider this a plate. It's just some, I don't know, some metallic little plate. Though the shoulders look giant like in Warcraft. A bit weird looking. I would be glad to.
We should wait a little while. Until the others have drifted off.
Yeah, this we can see scales on Shadowheart. On the skirt and the chest. But it's done from the same material it was crafted. But chain was pretty important to the old times. And padding too. Yeah, but I think Paladins shouldn't wear only chainmail. Like chainmail, like padding, chainmail, and over it some plate. Or at least gambizon. Do not die to a sledgehammer. Yeah, true. I'll find you after everyone has turned in for the night.
Best not keep me waiting. I'd prefer not to entertain myself.
Why is everyone so horny in this camp?
Made of fire?
You talk to this guy.
Sherry! That's infernal for cheers. Or possibly turnip.
No, I know what you mean, but normally a knight had these layers of armor. Yeah, but isn't Paladin supposed to be some kind of a knight? Even an Oathbreaker, I mean.
We should go down and see the water.
What for? It's all dark and muddy.
Private, too.
We need to bonk everyone in here.
I need to dance!
Be gone, demon!
No, I need to lie down.
Right, lie down, demon.
Patience? Have you no respect for showmanship?
Having performance issues, Roland?
Hush you. And...
Is that it?
I'll have you know, he can also make them blue.
Never have I met such troglodytes. Now, pass the wine.
Yeah, but in pictures and painting you see a lot of plate, but this is making people look cooler than normal.
That's
the moment we hit the city, let's look for our own place.
That's like two-edged sword.
Roland can finally have his...
The paintings and...
No more caves, no more tents, no more running away. We'll be in a city with roads and markets and homes.
Like, yeah, true. Pictures could depict like improved over reality. But sometimes people still like draw the stuff that at least existed at the time, that was worn. Maybe not everyone, but like they must have seen it somewhere. Or sometimes, yeah, sometimes it's just whatever. Just make it look cool. This armor looks sick on this guy. Wonder if we can get it in a full version. We can try to attack him actually later. But like normally you had this thick chainmail scarf at your clothes and at your elbows.
Oathbreaker, what do you need of me?
Nah, nothing, dude. Can attack him. Wonder what is gonna happen. It's gonna slaughter us. I actually had the same looking sword, but Gale ate it.
Live up here under the stars.
Make a dragon.
My pint.
It's a bed and a roof for me.
No,
Right.
not like you needed it.
Halsin left.
Go on now, don't waste a night like this talking to me. We'll have plenty of time together on the way to Moonrise.
Something is gonna happen. I bet. Let's just hit this guy with the sword for fun. Did you know in ancient times Romans prefer mail over plate because it was more mobile? Romans. Did they have a lot of chainmail though?
What are you going to do in the city?
But yeah, I've heard some people prefer chainmail over plate. It's the same with the brigandines and gambizons, like they don't defend as good as plate most of the time, but they offer more mobility, like the legionnaires. Oh yeah, they had chainmail, true. Yeah, could be true, yeah, because of mobility. Though to be fair, legionnaires are supposed to stand in the formation and don't move too much. Just throw pilums, and usually it was enough most of the time.
Very dearly.
Try not to get too close, Cal.
Yes. Remember what happened last time?
The last of that wine? I was 8.
And poke with your gladiuses if something goes wrong, if enemies didn't die from pilums or didn't get scared and ran away. Necrotic. Stay safe. Yeah, and be a box. True, be a box, be a turtle formation. That's it. I have saved. Let's die gloriously. Oh, he's also against me.
Go down.
Why did you betray me? Holy crap, look at this guy going.
Private 2.
Someone help? No? Okay. I have nothing. Yeah, I think he's unkillable like that. Oh, people can join. Come on, guys, come on.
That way.
Everyone is against me. Okay, that's useless. Why? It's my camp. You're my guests. What happened? I hit the Oathbreaker guy with my sword. I wanted to see what is gonna happen. And some ass whooping happened. He's too freaking strong and the whole camp turned against me for some reason. I want his armor. Wonder if we will get it in the whole game. Alright, I think it's time to get some sleep.
The buzz of celebration quiets to a soothing hum as you approach your bunk. Though you seek repose, you needn't spend the night alone. With whom will you share a bed?
It's like killing the king to see what happens. Kinda, yeah. Oh, why we have only Shadowheart to choose? Is it because of my answers? But anyway, I'm up for Shadowheart, let's go.
Your heart skips a beat. What treasures might this night bestow?
You made it. Come here. Sit with me.
I wouldn't dream of missing it.
So eager. I'm surprised it took you this long. Well, to begin, I think a toast is in order. Any suggestions?
To us.
Bold. What does us entail? I suppose I'll find out. To us. Now tell me something about yourself. And no tadpoles, dragons, marauding goblins, or anything like that. Something about you.
There's not much else. Persuasion, you first. In Kingdom Come Deliverance, it was just stealth killing them while nobody looked. Yeah, that's what I like to do. Like sneak up, put a dagger in someone's throat. And Kingdom Come was a fun game. Even if a bit sloppy at times. Now let's try to persuade her. 15, damn it! Oh, she will give us guidance. Let's go. Holy crap. Natural 1. Bad roll. Roll again. I'll waste all my inspirations in this. 17, easy. Wow, 1. Yeah, my luck.
Don't laugh, but I'm not quite sure I have anything to share. When you worship Shard, secrecy is everything. We'll sacrifice our own memories when ordered to. A lot of the little things.
First
no
try,
one asks me
true.
right now.
Warm-ups doesn't count. Oh, wrong, you like night orchards and can't swim, you told me once.
I did. And you remembered. You're sweet. There's still plenty of wine, and the whole night is ahead of us. Nearly light. The others will be awake soon.
And that's it? The others can wait, I don't want this to end just yet.
Another moment won't kill them, I suppose. Well, it might, but let's take that risk. Thank you for last night.
I hope there will be more to come.
Me too.
She trails off. You read an invitation in her eyes.
And what's your character, lesbian? She's not sure yet. She's still choosing. You know, if you want something, I think you should take it. She just tries things out yet, you know?
That didn't hurt, did it?
The pain was worth it. No, far from it.
Good to know. For the future. Let's head back. If we must.
I'm sure she just want to clap some for Chief. Probably.
I trust you celebrated most heartily. Curious. I wonder if the tadpole shares in your suffering the morning after.
I feel fine. I've faced worse foes of late than a few drinks.
I'm glad to hear it. You'll need fortitude for what's to come. Moonrise Towers beckons. I've told you all I know, and now I'll join your camp to help you face whatever's to come. With luck and the Oak Father's blessings, we might actually survive. Are you ready?
I am?
Onward then. We'll speak soon, I'm sure.
I thought it was gonna be the end of early access, but probably it is anyway. Hausen told us for three ways to get to Moonrise Towers. The Horizon Road, a mountain pass, or via tunnels in the Underdark, which start at the Temple of Selûne. Grand Duke, it's not available in early access. We kinda did it. I think it's also not available. This one as well. Right. What will you play after Baldur's? Probably more Baldur's Gate. I also have a Fate to play. I actually want to tackle my backlog a bit. I didn't finish Witcher 2 last year. Yeah, maybe I do some Witcher 2 before starting another playthrough of Baldur's Gate. Because I want to check other classes as well. I want to check Druid in here. I want to check Barbarian. To decide what I want to play when the game will get released completely. Though to be fair, I really liked playing Paladin. Shame I can't bring her with me to the full game. Halsin's here.
Best be on my way.
Lady of Sorrows, guide us. Did you want something?
What do you think about Sons of the Forest or the Forest? I've never played it. I've seen some of it. Looked okay. But I'm not really a fan of sandbox games like that. Though, don't they both have kind of the story to follow? If they do, I could actually enjoy it. I have finished The Forest. And how did you like it? Like, was the story good? It's easy. Well, it's not about the game being easy or hard. It's about me getting bored if there's no story to follow, you know? I lose interest real quick, even if I like the gameplay most of the time. I now ever this weapon. Hi, Soy Kalas, hello. Welcome to the stream. Are you a Baldur's Gate fan or just wandering around the Twitch? What did she say? Skipped everything. Lady of Sorrows, guide us. Did you want something? Let's start from afar. I want to talk about all that happened to us.
What's on your mind?
Yeah, there is, but very vague, and in Sons of the Forest it's even vaguer. I think Sons of the Forest is in early access yet. I've heard the story is like very unfinished. What do you think about what happened to the Druid Grove?
I suppose some would commend our actions. Goblins would have raised that whole place to nothing if it weren't for us. No excuse to rest on our laurels, though. We've still got our own problems to contend with.
But I find Sons of the Forest too easy. Maybe it will change the full game. I can't wait to game release. Yeah, same man. Kinda disappointed that I can't bring this character with me to the full game, but what can you do? Which class are you going to play, Soikalas? I wonder. You can kill people with a headshot and you don't have mutants. I think I've seen some giant people in Sons of the Forest on stream. Or they're not considered to be mutants. So how do you think we should proceed?
Find a healer, and the sooner the better. We've no solid leads right now, though. We'd best
Oh,
get
that's
hunting.
old.
If you discover anything that might help us, I'm all ears.
How am I holding up in your
I
estimation?
must admit, you've been a surprise, and not an unpleasant one.
No
Kindred
idea, I didn't
spirits
check
are
the
few and
options
far
for
between
Baldur's
for
Gate
me.
3? Really?
Besides, you saved my life aboard the Nautiloid. How can I do anything but sing your praises?
Like, I bought it before game got released, just to choose what I will play in the end, because I always struggle with this in CRPGs. What class to choose, how to level it up. Surprisingly, in this game, like, Sirmeis actually suggested me to play Paladin, and it turned out pretty well. I really like this character. Probably will play Paladin in the full game as well, but I still want to check out at least Druid and Barbarian, maybe Bard as well. Now they're way easier and smaller than mutants. Now I see. Is this like a campfire to talk with your people? Yeah, you have a camp where you take rest. We had a party recently in here. Like, it's ended when you just came. Like, we have helped a group of tieflings cleared the path from goblins for them, and they decided to celebrate it in our camp. It's a small party. It's almost like a Dragon Age Origins camp, if you know what I'm talking about. It's like a separate location. Alright, turn to other matters. About that kiss.
I made an impression then.
You certainly did. Do you think it will lead to more?
Time will tell, I suppose. I think it looks promising, though.
Did I miss something before? When I asked you about the night we spent together, you hesitated.
Did I? Don't worry. I was probably just too busy drinking in the sight of you.
You mentioned I've said or done things to give you doubts. Like what?
Don't worry. I think I must have been misjudging you. I can't even remember what it was that made me say that.
In the Force we had a mutant called Virginia, and it was two women grown into each other with spider legs and drops mutant babies. Sounds like more like some Silent Hill enemy. Not some survival sandbox game. You seemed intrigued when Halson mentioned Dark Justiciars before.
Wouldn't you be in my place?
Or the
If there's even the
Armsea,
slightest
which
chance
were
that Shah worshippers remain
3
within
people
our
grown
reach,
into each
we should
other
try
and
and
had
find
3
them.
legs and 7
Even
arms.
if they're all long gone, and that seems quite likely from what we know, who
That
knows
sounds
what they may
extreme.
have left behind for us to use? My people are nothing if not resourceful.
Not a survival, but less realistic. No. I think I've heard something about paranormal stuff being in Sons of the Forest. Maybe it's gonna be later in the game. Did you finish it already? Alright, I think we're done with her. What about the Volo?
My friend! How do you fare?
Has your research turned up anything that might help with this parasite problem? I now found it fun to kill them and wanted to hunt them. Okay.
My research turned up a rather brilliant technique that seems quite actionable.
It's not too deep. Just behind the orbital socket. I could attempt an extraction. I've a needle in my tunic, after all.
Oh no. This is the end. Do it. Just do it. How many times have you done this before?
I assure you, I've dreamt of it 1,000 times over.
Why don't I trust him? Sir Mace, did you play Subnautica by any chance? Sounds like your alley. It's also like Forest, I believe, but underwater, with a lot of building and submarines to do. You do have some cool enemies, but it's only like 2. Oh, okay. Not much variety, I guess. Do it.
Volo carefully holds one of your eyes open and begins to prod uncertainly with the needle.
Holy crap. He's gonna break the skull with it. Endure the discomfort. Let him carry on.
The needle finds the gap between eyeball and socket.
Holy crap.
Volo frowns and begins to push.
Clench your fists.
Pain shoots through your body as the needle snags on your optic nerve.
I think I have it!
The needle seesaws back and forth, plucking the nerve like a harp string.
Oh, bother. There's some obstacle in the way. I shall need a more robust implement.
A hammer probably could help. Do you want to hand you over a chisel or something? I don't know. Hold as still as possible.
Volo carefully withdraws the needle from your eye. Then, reaching into his bag, he produces an ice pick.
Hide the implement, but allow him to proceed.
Volo slowly brings the ice pick closer to your eye.
Now, don't move.
Damn, that level of neurosurgery in here. Oh, hold your breath one last time.
Cold metal presses against the skin beneath your brow. And then... tap, tap, stab.
Do you feel that? Ha! I think we have the blighter on the run.
Does it matter what I choose? A cack?
I agree. It's a feisty critter. Just a little further.
Volo tears the pick from your brain with a violent jerk. Your eye plops down into the mud.
Drat.
He pauses, looks down at your eye, and recoils slightly as it sinks into the mud.
Oh, damn it. We need a new main character.
There appears to be an amount of cosmetic damage.
Was he doing a grey matter operation? Probably we didn't have any grey matter anymore. Did you die? No, not yet, apparently. Great Asian doctors. Yeah, I did, but I didn't like it because it's so open and so much water. I found it not nice. Oh, I see. Oh, damn it. You knocked my bloody eye out.
Please, try not to overexert yourself. You're in a rather fragile state at present. I can't help but feel
Not yet.
partly
Now
responsible.
you're brain dead.
Perhaps there is something more I can do.
You're very responsible, so speak up.
Take this. A far superior relic to that old jelly you were chained to. Try it on for size. And, it was very nice to have met you. I'm sure you'll sort out your little brain problem one way or another. Far away from here, if you've a heart. Ta.
What did he want to get? We have like a worm behind our eye. A tadpole, so called. Let me see. Wallace experimental treatment. Eye socket damaged by Wallace experiment. -1 to intelligence. Oh, we already had -1, so -2. Like, what does it change? Disadvantage to perception checks and cannot make critical hits. Well, that's bad. But didn't he give us something like Wallace Ersatz Eye? While the Ersatz Eye is embedded in your eye socket, you can see through the tiny orb as though it were a normal eye. Can't be removed once inserted. A hollow head of white glass, carefully painted to resemble a realistic eye. Its tarnished brass fitting hum with a tinge of magic. Man, I would like them to make this font a bit brighter. Why didn't you just pull it out a bit and take the worm out? You can do that. It's not that hard. Apparently it's not that easy, because he's not the first person who tries to help us with the eye. Even the guy of same race as the things that put this worm inside couldn't get rid of it. Like, apparently it's very hard.
Lady of Sorrows, guide us. Did you want something?
I want my eye back.
Go ahead. I'm listening.
And nothing new.
Yes?
It's just a worm. It's not just a worm. It's like a mind flare worm. Does the eye look different? I don't think it does. I believe it's the same. Tell me about your history. Didn't he do it already?
Why do you insist on exhuming the past?
Goddamn worm. Yeah, it's
I was
like
a slave. A vampire spawn.
it's like a main
Kept by the Tsar
story
family.
part to get rid of the worm.
Perhaps I still am. I was never able to resist their commands. But now, I've been conveniently lost. They won't ever control me again.
But if the eye is gone, why didn't you take the worm out? I guess it's somewhere deeper at this point. Because again, it's not the first guy who tried to get it out. Did it go to your brain? Probably yes, it's somewhere inside. It's just got through the eye at start. It's like the very beginning of the game. You in first person getting injected by this worm. And this like a weird looking worm. It has tentacles and giant teeth. You go to your brain. Next person will let's open your brain. It's probably easier to cut the head at this point. Oh damn. That's a funny cutscene. I did not expect this.
Could any have doubted? The frontiers are no longer mine to tame alone, friend. They bend for us both. Hail and hail again.
Okay. Can you drink pesticide to kill it? We have very powerful poison, but it will kill us, I think. Probably we need a very powerful pesticide, and this will just kill the character anyway. And I like how Waller just ran away from the camp after doing this.
Oakfather's blessings to you.
That's the consequences that we must make. Yeah. Sacrifices has to be made. I have to ask, how do you know so much about the parasite?
I studied one up close. Closer than most would care to be to those things. A drow attacked me and I defended myself. Afterwards, I was able to examine the tadpole that emerged. Hideous, but fascinating. Like nothing else in nature, I'm glad to say.
Oh, Grimforge. That's the place where we made this armor we are wearing.
Impressive. Most would quake at the mere thought of delving that far into the Underdark. What did you find?
Absolute followers, but that's about all.
Keep looking. If they're present, then it's likely there's a route to Moonrise somewhere. It may prove impossible to avoid the Shadow Curse entirely, but if you find any way to limit your exposure, seize it.
You must know more about
Precious
this stronghold.
But I'm quite certain it can still be found.
I watched this anime, The Island of Big Insects, and it was even worse than a worm. Is this the name? The Island of Big Insects? I hope it's not some hentai. Seems like you feel responsible for this shadow curse somehow.
Well, there's hardly
and they're
anyone
very
left
big,
to share the
even the
responsibility
butterflies.
with. Few who witnessed the fall of Moonrise still draw breath. What Ketheric Thorm unleashed is not something that
A little
nature
bit?
can undo by itself.
Oh damn.
I must do what I can. I studied the Shadow Curse for years, but to truly understand it and stop it,
On the two small
I must
scenes.
reach its source.
Do you know how the shadow curse can be stopped? Perhaps, but we'll... Guess it's another unvoiced cutscene. Perhaps, but we'll need to get closer before I can put my theory into practice. Put it from your mind for now. Once we near the curse, then there will be more to be said.
Precisely. Then perhaps I could have done something about both the Shadow Curse and Ceremorphosis aberrations. But in my eagerness, I put far too much faith in the abilities of Aradin and his band. We didn't even get close.
Like, what's even the story behind those giant bugs? Why are they giant? How are you faring out here at the camp?
Wonderfully. If I'm honest, the grove was too comfortable for my tastes. I felt removed from nature. I'll miss my books, but I can find all the wisdom they contain out here, firsthand.
Maybe you can suck it out of the syringe, but a little bit of brain will come out with it. Probably the whole brain at this point again. Like, this worm was supposed to turn us into a different race called Mind Flayer, but it didn't for some reason, because it's kind of a special worm. I guess it goes like real deep into the brain to do that. Alright, I can head out. Yeah, we have -2 to intelligence now, and no crit hits, damn it. Yeah, here's the main quest of this chapter. Remove the parasite. Find a way to remove the Mind Flayer parasite. It was cancelled and they left this big cliffhanger at the end after one of the people found something very bad. I guess it wasn't great that it was cancelled, right? Is that it? Is that all? Actually, I think I remember now something. Maybe just normal, not special. I wanted to do something and I forgot about it again. I think that's it for early access. We have a map, Arcane Tower. Let's go back to the Green Forge. Only 12 episodes. It's just 2 days of watching. Doesn't sound like big anime. Did I visit this place? No.
Let's see what this does.
Don't remember if I've been riding this elevator. Once you board this elevator, you will head to the end of early access. Do you want to continue? Wait. I did remember something, I forgot about it. The owlbear. Let's check the owlbear cave. Because we have seen a small calf in the goblin camp. Since there are no more goblins, did it return to its mom? Where did I find it then? I watched Darling in the Franxx, which had 24 episodes, which was way bigger anyway, but it's like 4 days watching, so not a lot. Are the episodes so small? How long are they? Like 20 minutes? So let's check the owlbear cave. If the calf got home. I remember when I was a kid, like early 2000s, I watched some anime on TV about mechs. I think it was called... No, wait, it's not here, it's here. It was called something like Full Metal Panic, I think. And it was like, wasn't finished. And then after 15 or so years they kinda tried to continue it. And stopped again. I think it was 5 years ago or so. Bro is going to be the boss he forgot in the past. Not really. I wanna check if the... I guess you can beat this thing. A giant owlbear lives here. And one of her kids got taken away by goblins, and I think I've rescued him. I wanna see if he got back home. Oh no, owlbear's dead.
Seems like a pack of goblins swarmed the owlbear.
Oh, okay.
She deserved better than that.
The oak, Father's Embrace. A medium armor. Order of Nature. Undead creatures that hit the wearer receive 1d6 radiant damage. Beasts that hit the wearer deal an additional 1d6 radiant damage. What? That's weird. Sounds like a druid armor. Send it to camp. Yeah, everyone is dead. Maybe they killed it before that. Before taking the calf from here. Head of a broken spear. Wonder where the kid is. There's a chance I killed him with a giant fireball in the goblin camp. Let's hope it's not like it. Yeah, everyone is dead. So there's owlbear egg. We can make owlbear fried eggs, I guess. We can take
What's next, I wonder? An owlbear egg. These are supposed to be worth a fortune.
At least things have stayed interesting. Moving ahead.
It's not the first time when things have changed because I was doing other stuff. Like spending time in other places. I guess you have to be careful with this. Ouch. Yeah, it hits. I don't know how to open it. Check this place. They died just for an omelette. Worse could happen. Alright, I guess we can go to Underdark and see the end of Early Access. I think I killed everything I could kill in Early Access already. I've killed that giant spider, a bunch of goblins.
Cursed to put my hands on everything.
What else was there? Gnolls, the rogue paladins. Killed everyone. I've killed Optimus Prime in Greenforge. I guess I've killed this owlbear in some way by not doing anything about it. I wonder where did her calf go though. I believe I was supposed to free him from goblins. And they all are dead. Where's the kid then? So back to Underdark. This place is empty as well. Here we go.
Congratulations, you've made it to the end of the early access campaign of Baldur's Gate 3. On behalf of the entire team at Larian Studios, I want to thank you for playing and supporting us. And please let us know what you thought. Let us know what you liked, let us know what you didn't like. You can do that on one of the many community channels we have or on our forums. I assure you, we read it all and we use it to make the game a lot better. We still have a lot of work ahead of us. It's going to take some time before the game is going to be ready. All of us at Larian are doing our very best to make it a game that it deserves to be. Thank you once again, and until next time. Take care, bye-bye.
An ending, I thought was advertisement. It kinda is, but we bought the game already, so I'm kinda disappointed. I expected some more action. But yeah, that's it. Well, it's not the worst way to enter the access, I think. So I guess, I don't know, could start a new playthrough as a druid. Yeah, here's the start of the game where they put this worm inside your skull. I will become a druid and become a snake. That's actually possible, you can turn into a snake, I think. There's a lot of animals to turn into. There's a badger, a raven, a bear, a wolf. I think a snake as well. A cat. Yeah, here's this worm. Oh, not yet. Yeah, they're swimming inside the pool. Nice little guys. Here he goes. Yeah, that's it. Everyone gets a worm. A goblin girl, we get a worm. Damn. Yeah, it's not easy to get this thing out, apparently. Volo didn't manage, even with his beautiful ice speaker.
Who are you?
So, wonder which race I should use for druid. Background: acolyte, charlatan, criminal, Dainer, folk hero. Sage, I think, should be good. What it gives. Kinda history, animal handling, perception, intimidation. That looks intense. Kinda does. Archin. Yeah, Sage sounds like a good one for good background for druid. Race. I think half elf, a wood one, supposed to be good for druid. Might have been like if you were an alien without eyes. They could put it in some other place. I think this worm would find a way. I think we don't need strength or dexterity as a druid if we are gonna be in animal form all the time. Probably some more wisdom. No, I can't do more wisdom. More intelligence. Can we choose class right now? Yeah, we can. Druid. Let's go. So race, half elf, wisdom. Let me get more into wisdom now. Here's my dark vision, Fey ancestry. Oh no, you do now. There's this worm that goes into your if you comes out, you will die. That's the thing, it will never come out, apparently. It will stay there and give you some nice looking tentacles. You will look like this guy that put the swarm inside the eye. That's what is gonna happen in the end. You will become an alien, like, basically. With some time. But it's only in tropical places. Oh, you mean real one? Oh yeah, I've heard about those things. Alright, half elf. Cantrips. Oh, I believe this cantrip is good. Thorn Whip. You can take people out from high places.
Tell me, who do you dream?
Oh, this demon again. Let's make her look like an actual demon this time. Probably even male. Crap. It's Madeus Tiefling.
Where are you?
Where are you? Where are you?
It's a weird voice.
Where are you?
Actual demon. Giant horns. Yeah, those ones. Skin color. Has fine color. Yeah, in real life. I've heard about these parasites that get into your intimate places. I think they live somewhere in South America and probably in somewhere around Australia or Philippines. Why do I care so much about this demon's hairstyle? Oh, he has to wear Karen hairstyle, proper demon. No beard. Let's give him some goatee. Yeah, here we go. It's a proper looking demon. Maybe some longer goatee to have one. Yeah, this should work. What is the demon girl actually for? This demon will come to us in our dreams sometimes, not all the time, and try to seduce us. That's what is gonna happen. I believe he represents this worm inside our brain, like projects into our dreams to control us. Basically, it's the worm. I believe so. Pale color. That's some extreme looking demon. He could fight for feminist rights. Why do I care that much about it? Let's continue. Damn it. Yeah, this worm is supposed to turn us into this thing. The Mind Flayer. The start of the game is actually pretty damn intense. Like, it hooks you up right from the start, which is good. Looks great, a lot of stuff happens. Oh, by the way, what's about those dead mind flayers inside the ship? I think we asked about it some character in the game, but got no answer. Like, is this some civil war inside this Mind Flayer faction? Because we have seen Mind Flayer that is not like with them, is not serving the Overlord or Overmind, whatever it is, Hive Mind. The dragons look good in this game. Why did it don't look like that in FF14? FF14 has ugliest as dragons I've ever seen, unfortunately. Bye, I gotta go. Thanks for being here. Have a good evening, or maybe night already. Actually gonna finish soon. I don't know why I've started this game again. I should start new character properly. Maybe this weekend, I don't know. Maybe even tomorrow, who knows. Alright, let's take a look at what our druid has, because I didn't actually finish creating a character. Let's just see what basic druid has. Don't know even which subclass I have. There she is. Basic druid girl. We are just a druid, no subclass? What? This is impossible. Goodberry. We don't even have animal turning, I think. Yeah. It's not a thing at level 1. Well, anyway, it's time to finish for today. It's pretty late. I've been streaming almost for 3 hours. Again, thanks everyone for being here. Thanks for chatting. Have a good one and take care.